Do you remember when I made this and this ESP32 gamepad? Well, now it looks like this. So let me take you back and show you how I made it. So there I was sitting home when this package from JLCPCB arrived. So I jumped straight onto my desk and started opening it. So as you see, we have different parts, but today we are mainly going to focus on the gamepad project. So the main idea is a PCB and a 3D printed case, so the PCB will go inside and it will be a full gamepad project. So coming from this idea, here is the actual PCB and I have just placed the parts so you see how it is going to be. So the PCB is just going to sit in the case and then the closing 3D print is going to go on top. Here I have also placed the USB-C port and the on-off switch just to show how it will look. Now let's start making it. First thing to do is soldering the buttons, and as you see that is done. Now I'm placing the OLED display and I'm going to solder that one next. Here are the soldered pins, and now what I'm going to do is cut the extra length of the pins so they don't mess with the space inside of the case. And right about here, when I had done the soldering to the OLED display and the buttons, I arrived at my first problem. So when I was designing the PCB, the footprint I used wasn't the correct one for the ESP32 Super Mini. And as you can see, the pins are too wide on the board and my board cannot fit into it. So what I'm going to do is cut the pins on the one side of the board, solder the other side, and then with wires connect the remaining pins that I need to the board. This was my mistake and not JLCPCB's mistake, which are also today's sponsor. JLCPCB provides easy, affordable, and reliable PCB and PCBA solutions, empowering electronics engineers to develop projects efficiently. It's honestly one of the easiest services I have ever used. You just upload your Gerber file, get an instant quote, and place your order in minutes. It's literally as quick as online shopping, and you can even track every production step in real time. Their prices are unbeatable too. You can get a 1 to 8 layer PCB for just $2, which is insane for the quality you get. Everything is made in-house, so quality control and lead times are super reliable. Some boards are done in as little as 24 hours. And if you want to try something more advanced, JLCPCB has a 6-layer PCB special right now. $30 off with 2 micro inches unique finish and no engineering fees for via InPad. So yeah, easy to use, affordable to make, and reliable to trust. You can always count on JLCPCB. You'll find the links down in the description and you can go grab your coupons right now. Now let's get back to the video. Now I'm removing the OLED display so I can solder the ESP32 Super Mini pins and then solder the extra pins that I am going to cut right now. Here I'm placing the ESP and now I am going to solder it. Here came the tricky part because I needed to solder the pins somehow to the PCB that I had cut off. So I found these right angle pins and I am just going to place them into the PCB and solder them on top of the ESP32. After a long time, when I succeeded, I placed the OLED display and now I'm just going to resolder it and then we're going to test it out. Here is the finished PCB and now we just need to upload the code and test it out. Here I had just finished uploading the code and as you can see it works perfectly fine and I'm currently playing Flappy Bird on it. But we still have things to do. So now we are going to place the PCB into the box, we are going to solder the USB-C port, the on-off switch and the charging module and see if everything works. So here while I'm soldering I'm going to explain how everything works. So we have a USB-C port that we are going to connect to a charging and booster module, which is on one board. Then from the output we are going to connect it to the on-off switch, and it's going to go to the PCB. Then we also have the battery, which we are going to connect to the charging module itself, and then also we are going to connect ground to the PCB. So that's it, and now let's speed through this. So here is everything soldered: the on-off switch, the charging module, the USB-C, but as you can see the battery is missing, and that's because the case is too small, so I need to make a dent in it to fit the battery. So that is what I'm going to do right now. And after a whole hour of scraping the plastic, here is the fitting for the battery, and as you can see it fits perfectly. And now we are going to solder the battery, and we are going to close up the whole case. And as you can see, I'm currently soldering the battery and fixing the cables that I accidentally cut. And while I'm soldering this, you can go and comment what your favorite project of mine has been so far. You can go like and subscribe for future projects. If you like this project and you would like to make it for yourself, drop a comment and I'll send you the 3D models and the PCB design with all of the fixes that I'm going to make. And here I have just finished soldering it, and as you can see I'm trying to see if the cap fits on, and it is perfect. So now we are going to glue the cap with hot glue, and then we are going to play some games on it. Meanwhile, I just wanted to say that making this project was a lot of fun for me, and thanks again to JLCPCB, which have sponsored this video. Now, as you see, we are putting glue on the PCB, and now we are just going to put the cap on, and we are going to press so the hot glue sticks and cools down. Quickly, I just wanted to tell the list of used parts. So we have an ESP32 C3 Super Mini, an OLED display, 4 buttons, an on-off switch, a USB-C, a small LiPo battery, and a charging module. Now let's test it. So here is the final working product, guys. We are going to play Flappy Bird on it as always to test it out. Other than Flappy Bird, we have 7 other games like 2048, we have Tetris, Snake, Pac-Man, etc. And now when I'm going to lose, I'm just going to show you around. So we have game over, we have the USB-C port on the bottom and the on-off switch. As you can see here, I'm plugging it in so it is charging, and we can even play it while it is charging. And basically that's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to drop a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.